Good morning, Copenhagen. Good morning, Copenhagen. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, I'm Tyler Brûlé. I think the woman beside me needs no introduction.
I'm Amber Valletta. Good morning. It's nice to be back.
I need to say it's very difficult following you on stage, because that is a walk. Anyway.
We didn't practice that.
We didn't practice that. That aside, there's probably 1,000 people in the audience this morning. Not all of you, unfortunately, were invited to some rather remarkable dinners last night. VIPs, speakers, press, were invited to something like 10 different dinners, 16 people per dinner. The most extraordinary food, all locally sourced, very much staying on message for this conference. And I'm not sure what your dinner was like, but ours got kind of heated and there was some rather animated discussions.
Well, actually, our delightful host actually prefaced the dinner with, let's keep the conversations positive and upbeat. So it was a beautiful way to start the dinner. And thank you for your generosity. It was wonderful, actually. And we had some quite interesting meals. And there's a special dish, a mushroom that was infused with data.
Right. Now, we sort of compared
so
menus.
I'm going to be smarter today.
I think we sort of share the same things. There's also an amazing pasta dish as well,
yes,
which is good. And I didn't know that they make burrata, also in Denmark as well. One of the things that came out of the discussion, though, which I thought was interesting, we landed on a position where a lot of people were talking about everything surrounding the topics that we're, of course, going to be unpacking over the course of the day. But one of the interesting things, Amber, was if we're going to lead change, does it need to be top-down, or does it have to happen at checkout with the consumer leading the charge?
Well, I think it happens in both, and that we need collaboration. And I think that's what we're going to discuss today, and how important it is that we're all working together and that we are collecting data and sharing information. And that's why this summit is very different this year. It is now not just a summit, but it's a call to action. They're launching the Global Fashion Agenda, and also, would you talk about this big book?
I will talk about this big book. I was lucky enough to be sitting beside Javier Serra from Boston Consulting. We had a lot of very good discussions. I've got lots of investor tips, if anyone wants them as well, so we can chat nicely over lunch. Yeah, please. I'll give you that. But this is an extraordinary tome. All of you have it in your treat bag. It's some 140 pages. But what is revealed is there's a lot of work to be done.
Yes.
There's an index in this. It runs to 100. And unfortunately, the fashion industry sits in the low 30s at the moment. But it was great having Javier beside us and also Dana Thomas as well. So it was an interesting discussion. And we just got an amazing lineup of people. I'm looking forward to hearing Vanessa Friedman today. And aside from that, I think what's interesting is we're going to really go through the whole range of the consumer cycle, which is going to be quite remarkable.
Well, this whole agenda is about the circular economy. And so we're going to talk about it from the beginning of the life of a product all the way to the end. And that fashion really has an opportunity to change and become leaders in the world. And, also, by the way, before I forget, we have an app for this year. And it is called the CF Summit 17. Super easy to download, great to connect with friends and make new ones. So everybody download that.
Hopefully it works on my BlackBerry.
I don't know, that's a little...
As well. Just compared to last year, what are you looking forward to most in terms of, as you talked about this being a platform and really, the fact that it goes beyond just being, a 1 or 2 day summit. What would you like to see achieved, hopefully by the time you get on the plane?
I'm really excited to delve in deep into the pulse of the fashion industry, because I think reading the data...
You've got a 10-hour flight back to it.
Exactly, so I have time to read it. The data is so important today to see where we're at and where we need to go and how to get there. And I think we've never had anything quite like this. And so all of these great minds coming together to help us push forward is just, for me, what's most exciting. And I'm super excited. There's some speakers today that I love to hear, so I'm excited.
Well, without further ado, to kick things off, I'm very happy to welcome on stage Denmark's Minister for Industry, Business and Financial Affairs. Mr. Ryan Mikkelsen is coming to stage right now.